come before your throne with thanksgiving and praise because you've made it possible. It is not by our might. There's nothing good in us, but for you would have been lost. So thank you for the Damascus experience. And right here, folks, we have the lady pilot herself. I'm not going to mention her name. She's going to introduce herself to us. And she's seated right here. So if you're listening to us, you can now go on Hit 103.9 FM on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. And take a good look at this very beautiful lady, adorned in all her regalia, a white top. She looks like a pilot. She's actually a pilot. And you see the 3 strips on her shoulders and the sign of a pilot. Charlie, I can't wait to be a pilot too. We are right here on Hit 103.9 FM. Good evening, my lady.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fabulous. I feel honored to be interviewing you at this time, I must say.
Thank you so much.
I feel very honored to have this very interview with you. Welcome to Hit FM and welcome to Multimedia.
Thank you.
All right. Briefly, the segment you are on is called the Damascus Experience segment. And before we take a trip into your life and your journey on becoming a pilot, we would like for you to share with us your experience with the man Jesus Christ. We want you to just take us through a brief journey. How did you hear about Jesus Christ? Who ministered him to you? Have you yourself given your life to him already? And how did the experience, share that experience to us? How did it happen? Where, when, and how?
Okay. I was born into a Christian family, and I will just go to church and do the Christian things because that was the culture in my home. But I got to know Christ for myself in my senior secondary school, Christian High. And it was in year 10, I was convicted to take him as my Lord and personal Savior. That was when I made a decision on my own. Yeah, but before that, like, we are just doing it.
Before you were just following the rules of mom and dad.
Oh yeah.
So you got to know Christ yourself when you were at age 10?
Year 10, as in JHS 1.
Okay.
SHS 1.
SHS 1.
Yeah.
How old were you then? Can you remember?
16.
You were 16 years.
16.
You gave yourself to Christ.
Yeah.
Why did you make that resolution? Why did you decide that Christ, from this time forward, I want to dedicate myself and my life to you? Why did you make that decision?
At that time, the preacher had preached, it convicted me to not only do what my parents are asking me to do, but to take it on my own, like on myself, to be with Christ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. So she's just shared her experience. She was as young as 16 years old and she gave her life to Christ. I don't know about you, wherever you are listening to us from the campuses, from your homes, and wherever you are, that opportunity is still there. The grace is still abundant. It's still there. You just need to commit to it and accept Christ as your personal Savior, and He is the only one that can take you from that past state and bring you to your present state. So, now, how old are you now?
Right now I'm 21.
21 years old.
Yeah.
And you're already a pilot.
Yes, I am.
Okay, now, the cameras are watching, people are on Facebook, and, everywhere. I mean, you are almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Take us through that journey. How did it all start? First of all, where did you start school? Are you Ghanaian? Do you live in Ghana? Or, I mean, you came from abroad now. Where did it all start? And found our school. And how did it all happen? I mean, take us through that.
I'm a Ghanaian, and yes, I was born and raised in Ghana. And growing up, I just knew I wanted to be a pilot and an athlete. But in the beginning, saying I wanted to be a pilot, I was just saying it. But as I grew older, I I just knew that was what I'm supposed to do. And so like during my senior secondary cycle education, I knew from there I wasn't going to go to the university but then to flight training. And a year before I started flight training, I went to South Africa with my mom to see where I would start my flight training. And it was to also serve as a motivation for me to study harder and pass my WASI examination.
Hold on a minute. So, from SHS, yeah, when you completed SHS, was when you made a resolution to become a pilot?
Before that.
Before that?
Yeah.
So, after SHS, who gave you that confidence, that motivation that, hey, you can actually do it?
It was my parents.
Your parents? Both your mom and your dad?
Both.
And I can see your dad is here. I'll get to him. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. So, right after SHS, I don't want to miss any line. I want to understand the entire journey. So don't be in a hurry to summarize. I mean, we are here till 8. The time is all yours, okay? So take us through the nitty-gritties. Anybody, I want your story to be a source of motivation for these young ones who are in school and they are lost. They don't even know their choice of programs or what to do. After SHS, did you actually go to SHS to study the things that will cause you to become a pilot, or you did a normal program?
It's not to say it's a normal program, but I chose to do a course that I had interest in. And to be a pilot, you don't have to be a science student in your senior high school. You could study whichever subjects or course you find interesting and easier to study and pass. And if it's science, it's okay, but if it's not, you could still study anything and still be a pilot.
Are you serious? You don't need to study any special course in SHS to become a pilot?
No, you don't have to.
So after SHS, what happened? Take us through that.
After SHS, I went to South Africa to pursue my dream as a pilot in Mark 1 Aviation Academy.
Mark 1 Aviation Academy in South Africa.
In South Africa.
Okay. So you went to South Africa on your own. Who took you to South Africa?
The first time I was going there, I went with a family friend of ours because my parents thought I was small to be on a flight alone to go to school.
Okay.
So,
how old were you when you were moving to South Africa?
I was 18.
18 years?
Yeah.
And you wanted to move to South Africa, Obi Manso, to go and study how to become a pilot at age 18?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
And then I got to the school and everybody was welcoming, and looking through, I didn't find somebody around my year group. So in the beginning I used to feel intimidated, but there was one woman I met there and she would say they're all guys and older and that I shouldn't, she gave me heads up as to being, she gave me heads up not to be intimidated, but I should do what I'm here to do.
Why did you feel intimidated when you go to South Africa? Why that feeling? What brought about that feeling?
Because most of them were older and again they were guys. So, and it was the first time I was going to be outside my home without my parents. So all of that, yeah.
You felt a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So why didn't that deter you? Why didn't that push you to call mom and dad and say, hey, listen, it's over, I want to come back home?
No, that intimidation and not being comfortable were not the reasons for me to call my parents that I wouldn't do it. But other things, yeah, sometimes.
So you still kept on. The motivation was still fresh, and you still wanted to pursue that dream in spite of that.
Yeah.
In spite of that. Okay. So tell us, how long did you stay in that school to graduate and be given that certification to now fly a plane?
I started 2015 and completed 2018. Yeah. And it's the same school I had my private pilot license, like the first stage. And then you move on to the commercial. With the private pilot's license, you could fly with your friends, but then you can't get paid for it. And with the commercial, still with your friends or like on commercial premises, like commercial basis.
Okay. So here in South Africa, we are in South Africa. Your friends, your colleagues in South Africa that you were with largely were men, or they were guys.
Yeah.
Right? Take us through the exact courses that you had to take way in South Africa, the courses that you had to take, and the experiences that you had within that. How long was it? That period was how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4 years? How many years did it take you?
Yeah.
It took you 3 years.
Yeah.
Now, so take us through that. What were the courses that you had to do to graduate from the first level, second level, and then third, and then be given whatever you were given?
All right. Before you start flight training, we had to pass a medical test, and then be 16 years and older. That's the requirement.
Wow.
And if you pass the medicals, that's when you get a license to start your flight training on. And it's the student's pilot's license. We normally just say SPL.
Okay.
And then before you get the private pilot license, you have to write 8 subjects.
8 subjects.
8. And pass mark is 75. It's usually objective questions. And you have 18 months to finish those 8 subjects. It's in your own time. And yeah, pass mark is 75. If you don't get it, if the subject is English, you have like 7 days to retake that particular one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. But we understand that you excelled so well from your first level to your second to your third, and you did so well. Which school in Ghana did you attend?
My basic education was in University Primary School, University of Ghana Basic School, Legon. And secondary education was at Ghana Christian International High School.
Where is that?
It's in Dodowa, Accra.
Hey! Take us to your hometown. Where exactly are you from?
I'm from South Pond.
You are from South Pond?
Yeah, I am.
Do you know Abeku Santana?
Yeah, I do.
Listen, Abeku, wherever you are, I know you love this show. He doesn't miss this show. Yeah, he doesn't miss this show. Abeku doesn't miss this show. And so he's also from South Pond. And my main man, aspiring MP for South Pond, Honorable Kosa Brown. Listen, he paid me a very, very beautiful visit. And he came with Audrey. Honorable, welcome.
Thank you, my brother, for having me.
Charlie, you are blessed.
Charlie, super blessed.
You are not yet in Parliament, but you already have one pilot.
There is a project called Connecting the Dots. Realize that we have a huge generational gap when it comes to infantile. You have a lot of fancies out there who are doing so well.
Yeah.
But one way or the other, you don't find them coming back to support society. So the strategy is to be out there to fish for those legends, honor them, and bring them back home to connect to the locals. And I believe when we do that, they should be able to transfer to something good, because Infantiman is really blessed. When we say resources, I mean human resources is actually part of it. It's not just the natural resource that God has given us.
Right.
So we can get the human resource to also turn around or add value to the natural resource for the community to grow. And that is how I actually got to identify her, because I want her to be a source of inspiration to the youth.
To the many,
Exactly.
many youth
Exactly.
in not just Sopon, but to the entire
In
nation.
Mankisim, everywhere.
Listen, if Ghana can produce about 20 of this beautiful Audrey, who are pilots, awesome. Listen, Ghana will be a beautiful place to be.
Actually, she started flying when she was 19, not 21.
19.
Yeah.
19. So, thanks a lot for this dream. I mean, you're a young man yourself.
Thank you.
And already you are creeping gradually into parliament.
Thank you. Thank
And I'm proud. I'm proud to be part of your your history as well. Wherever you write that history, I want my name to be attached to it.
Thank you.
I mean,
Definitely,
you
of
are a
course.
serious motivator and an inspirer. And one big guy also that I want to shout this evening is Nana Brew.
Nana Brew.
I understand he's watching the show live from
Nana
the
Brew
UK.
GH.
Yes, all the way from the UK. And it's all the God factor. Thank you
Yeah,
so
of
much.
course.
Thank you so much. So back to you, Audrey.
Yeah.
Now, let's travel down to Ghana from South Africa. But before we move from South Africa, at what age did you move your first plane in South Africa?
I was 18.
In 18,
Yeah.
18 years old, and you flew the first one.
Not by myself, but I was in it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So you were in it with your instructor,
Yeah.
with your instructor.
Yeah. And the very first one.
Were you the one controlling or the instructor?
I was assistant. Yeah.
You were assistant. Okay, tell us about it. What's the meaning when you say assistant?
That was the intro flight, so he is giving me a bit of controls to see if I will like it or how the aircraft works.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was the experience like? Share with us. First one, the first one you sat in there in the cockpit and you assisted. Share the experience with us.
I was really scared, but knowing that my mommy was behind, it made me feel better.
Hold on, your mommy was where?
Like she came on the intro flight with me.
Hmm.
Yeah, she did.
She moved from Ghana and joined you in South Africa to take off the first flight. Why did she do that?
Because she was supporting me, and I was afraid the first time.
Hmm.
So she came and made it feel better.
You were afraid.
I was.
So, knowing that your mom was behind you
Yeah.
and in the same flight,
Yeah.
you were somewhat motivated and you got encouraged.
Yeah, it made me feel better.
You felt better.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, on the runway, you right? So, I mean, you start from the runway and then you take off. Okay, so share the experience with us on the runway and your first time you were actually taking off with your instructor.
The first time, he just gave me instructions before we could add full power and then roll down the runway. And he said if there's an instrument, it's called airspeed indicator. If it reads 80, I should try pulling the control column towards myself, but gently. So he adds the full power, and then yeah, I'm waiting for the 80, and then in no time it just comes for me to. We call it to rotate, but just to say we pull back a bit, but it's just yeah.
And then what happened?
Pulling back, I was really scared, and I couldn't imagine myself adding force to it for the aircraft to be off the ground. It was nice in the beginning, but later in the flights, for my first day, I was feeling airsick. I was sweating. I wanted to really throw up, and then
You wanted to throw up?
yeah, it's this uncomfortable feeling up there on the first day. Yeah, but then yeah, after we came back, it didn't come out. So yeah, I felt better, and my mommy will ask if you are going to come back to do it or if I'm continuing to do it, and I'll be like yeah, and then she's like yeah, it's a good choice.
Wow. So, your friends, your colleagues, do they share these experiences with you in class and say, listen, I was up there, I was throwing up and all that? Do you get those stories being told?
They don't say that, but they usually talk about turbulence. I'm like, it's nothing. Yeah, because it's actually nothing.
Uzi, it's nothing. Awala. It's nothing. Let the plane shake right now. You see the people run away. You see, how pilot, how are you able to speak calmly in spite of the turbulence? You're able to pick up that mic and you speak and your voice becomes so calm and soothing, and yet we are sweating. We could actually feel the vibration, but your voice is so calm and so soothing. How do you do that?
Well, we've been trained for such things, so we don't have to panic for our passengers to panic even more.
Mm.
We are there to assure you that it's not a problem, you're still safe. Yeah.
Hey. So your friends, you had friends before you left to South Africa.
Yeah.
What is their feedback when you came back?
They are proud and happy for me. And yeah.
Okay. So in Ghana, let's come back to Ghana. Now, you are here as what? So what's your title? Are you a commercial pilot?
Yeah, I am.
You are a commercial pilot.
I am.
So you can actually fly a plane in any of the aircraft in Ghana. You can fly them around.
If it's the little aircraft, yes.
Yeah.
But where it goes more than a certain weight,
Yes.
we'd have to do something called a type rating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like moving from, if the aircraft is Toyota,
Yes.
and you want to drive a Benz,
Yeah.
you have to go for a special flight training to be able to fly that one.
Okay, so there's a special training you need to go through to be able to do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now back in Ghana. Now you are in Ghana. Tell us, what exactly are you doing? What are you doing in Ghana now? Because somebody will just move out of South Africa and never come back to Ghana. Because this is a great feat that someone will love to stay abroad or somewhere to make billions of dollars before coming back to Ghana. But here you are in Ghana. What are you doing in Ghana?
Back home to inspire people that I came from here, and it's difficult, but it's also achievable, and to also start my career from Ghana.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want to start your career from Ghana?
Yes, I want to.
Have you flown any flight yet in Ghana?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Who are you looking forward to work with in Ghana? You have any choice? They are listening to you. All the airlines, listen, we are everywhere. We are going to be going we are global now.
Yeah.
Everybody is listening to you right now. Do you have any choice?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, who do you want to work with?
If it were up to me, I would work with all of them, but I'm yet to decide where I want to be.
Wow, you are yet to decide. Hey, Charlie, our choice, or no? She wants to decide which aircraft she would like to work with, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just take the direction a bit to your dad. I'll be back. I'll come back to you right now. Daddy, welcome.
Thank you.
Prof, congratulations. Please come closer to the mic.
He's a big man.
You're a big man. No, don't. The way you are begging me. Prof, well done. No, honestly, I'm proud of you as a father. I wish I would like to be in your shoes someday to see my daughter as big as this with this feet. How do you feel as a father right now?
Oh, I feel satisfied that she has started to achieve her dream. That's enough for me.
The first day she told you she wanted to fly a plane, she wanted to be a pilot, what went through your mind? Be honest.
I wanted to discourage her. I wanted to frighten her to change the color. But I realized that is what she's got to do. Yeah, I turned around and encouraged her.
Was she persistent?
Yes, she applied some method to ensure that she meant what she was saying.
What method? What method?
Test retest. You ask the same question, difference, to see if she really meant what she was saying. Or just saying it's a childish behavior we all go through. Most of us said we be doctors. Along the way, chemistry will show you. You have to change
your direction. And the course I feared most in school, mathematics. Up until university before I began to love and like math. I don't know. But she's done all that. But you as a father, how much did you spend? How much did you spend on this young lady to become a pilot? Okay, a commercial pilot for that matter. How much did you spend on her?
To call a single round figure. It's not a simple thing to do, but the process is very short. Process, not an event.
But I mean, the quantum, is it a huge amount?
Yes and no, depending on the angle you are looking at it from.
You tell us whichever angle you want to go. Tell me, which angle do you want to go? 'Cause, listen, a lot of parents are listening to you and they might be budgeting and saying to themselves, how much do I need to fly my ward to South Africa, or say to the UK or to Europe or wherever, to go learn exactly what she's done?
How much?
Just give us a round, I mean, an idea. I mean, what you will be looking at.
How much you may not be able to call exactly, but I'm saying that the process rather is more important than the quantum.
Okay.
So, for example, now that by then that she declared a stand that I'll be a pilot, as a father, I had to provide a fund, the funds available. That was around P4.
From stage 4,
yes,
you started planning for her.
Yeah, because I had no.
So that's what you call the process.
Exactly.
So when she told you at that age, you started actually saving towards that.
Exactly.
Wow. This is great. And parents listening to us at this time, this is a great source of motivation and inspiration. I'm happy that the dad is here to say it himself. Allow your children to choose the field that they feel comfortable to play within. And do not, I mean, you didn't push yourself on her, did you? Yeah, you allowed her to have her way. You are about to begin ply a trade in Ghana. What will be your advice for young women who are listening to you right now, who want to have something meaningful to do with their lives? They might not have that parent that was so dedicated like your dad and your mom did. Okay, what can you share with them to motivate them that everything they set forth to do is possible?
I would say to everyone out there that whatever it is that they want to do, they should do it even without the support of their parents. They could do it on their own, only that it will be much more difficult. And when they are in it, they should focus and not lose interest in what made them start in the beginning. Yeah.
Okay. What's the name of your mom?
My mommy is Lucy Isaba Arthur. Like, that was her maiden name before she became a Swatson.
Okay. Swatson. Is your dad a foreign? Eja, mpacho komo haya ni fia. If he's Swedra, Achinfo. Aguna Swedro. Okay, so upon phone I Achinfo because I brown. But oh, wife no fee. So upon Ewa. Now Swatson Ekafe fee. Oh no, the mom. I want us away dark. And your fair, obey so black pa. So Okita Brofuzin Swatson. Me Audrey Swatson, and they said she was from Ghana. For a moment I was beginning. I wanted to see somebody from Europe or something. But here we are, a proud Ghanaian black beauty. God bless you, Audrey.
Thank you so much.
Be focused, and your story is touching. I pray that we'll have the strength to move across the country to share this beautiful story to young women who want to be like what you have become today. And it has been God from day one. That's why I took you through that journey. And listening to you, from all the experiences shared, your story has just been God. It hasn't been just by your strength, but the motivation and inspiration comes from God. Thank you so much for you. Is there any other thing you want to say? Else we just wrap up?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Honorable Costa Brown has a surprise for you. In just a minute, we'll do that quick presentation. Yeah? Just a little surprise for you.
Okay.
Honorable, what have you got for her?
Yo, honorable also. Anyway, the Ngofu P will take fee in Fantaman.
Okay.
Because you can't there, you're about air. It's a 1 year this year, 1 natural bar, or yeah, Maame Esi, yes, and Baba studio. Now we're very winning Kofu P wash or live.
Wow.
Facebook naze.
Wow.
Okay, nti yeba Mr. Day on behalf of when I want fancy money nya me what to in any minute. Man, make a fun with you, but no him there the mazi or shakan.
Wow, this is
citation.
Citation. Honorable, please read for us.
For mastering the courage to step into aviation industry, for studying hard and be the youngest in our generation to pass out of aviation school, for being the youngest in our generation to start flying privately and commercially, for defying status quo and flying above your fears, for elevating our generation beyond imagination and making us super proud. Take this honorary as a token of appreciation for making the people of Infantman proud. May God grant you exponential wisdom to break and set more records. From the people of Infantman through Posabron. So present this one to Audrey. You've made us so proud.
And this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Wow. It's been a nice experience here with the lady, the youngest female commercial pilot in Ghana. She's from Ghana, so upon. And we are blessed to have had her on the TIG show. Let the discussion continue this week. Let the story continue. Let's share her motivational messages across the country, across the world. And this is history that's been made right here on Hit 103.9 FM. My name is Frankie 5. Thanks to my team of producers, Mario B, Gabby Angels, Lady Tess, Cydia GH, and of course, Lady Tess. Derek.